Hello, my name is Karina and this is my perfume map. Today I want to talk about the 5 types of fragrances you might want to try out this spring. I've seen a lot of videos that are like the 5 fragrances every woman needs, and it might be like date night, everyday wear, for the office, you know, sort of like that. But I was thinking about all the things in spring that I'm looking forward to, and then the fragrances I would put with that. It has been a really cold winter here in Indiana. I feel like we got off really easy, probably the last like 3 years at least, maybe even more, where like the daytime temperatures were always kind of around the 40s. It was still gloomy, we'd still get some snow, but this has been cold. And there's this point where like I got cold, like I feel like the coldness got into my body, and the only way for me to get it out would be like to lay in the sun, which I can't do, or exercise. That actually gets the cold out of my body, but it just feels like it's in my bones. Like all of a sudden I'm just at that age where I'm like, you know, maybe I will winter in Florida one day. I don't know if I will keep doing this in Indiana. Hopefully this is just not the norm. Hopefully this was like the one bad winter. We had a really bad winter like 2014-15, and yeah, 10 years later, we're having a bad winter again. But anyway, spring. First thing with spring that I really look forward to, because I really enjoy having my windows open. We have screen windows, you know, all through the house. And I love being able to throw open the windows while I'm cleaning or just at home. I just love the feeling of like fresh air flying through the house. I like to hang out my laundry. I just like the idea of like a fresh breeze kind of just knock all the winter out of the house. So a fragrance that makes me think of open windows is always going to be Estee Lauder's White Linen. I have been in love with this fragrance since the 80s when my friend's mom wore it, and I'm so happy to have it. It's just an instant mood lifter. It's so pretty. It's very vintagey. It's very aldehydic and lemony, with tons of flowers. There's carnation, hyacinth, lily of the valley, lilac, iris. It's like a spring concert of flowers. The base has oak moss and vetiver and cedar and sandalwood. There's honey, amber, tonka. It's just white sheets drying in the sun. It's harsh soap on woven fabric. It's dewy florals just drying in the sun. It's a pretty classy, warm weather, but not too warm. This isn't like a hot summer fragrance. It's definitely like a spring breeze. It's so pretty. This would be my signature scent if I had one, because it's everything I like about perfume. It's nostalgia, it's happy, it's classy, it's spring. It's really pretty. And it's still pretty inexpensive. Like you can get a bottle of Estee Lauder White Linen for I think under $30, and this is I think a 1.7. Really good open windows fragrance. And the next one is Cowboy Grass. It's pretty new to my collection. I made a video talking about how I came to own this Cowboy Grass. And it's just kind of a vetiver, sage, and thyme fragrance, but I think in my mind I would like to call this Prairie Grass, because it doesn't really smell like a leathery cowboy or anything. It's just a very grassy, outdoorsy, vetiver-y scent. And, you know, Indiana is the prairie. There's some really cool places to hike. There's a place called Strawtown Kootenai that I feel like we always go to in the spring. It's north of Indianapolis. And it just has like, it's like the best parks in Indiana, you know, outside of state parks, are ones that were like donated. Like somebody owned all the land and they decided to preserve it as a nature preserve. So there's some really cool prairie parks. And whenever I'm walking in a prairie park, I just feel like I am a prairie person, like definitely. You know, I love the ocean, I love mountains too, but there's just something about the prairie, especially like walking on a dirt road through the prairie. It just kind of scratches that Little House in the Prairie itch that will forever be part of my soul. I loved watching that show in the 80s. I read all the books as a kid, but like the show is really like meaningful to me, Little House on the Prairie. But yeah, Cowboy Grass or Prairie Grass in my mind, this is awesome. This is like a really good windows open, grassy, aromatic, really pretty. And this is like $100, I think, for this size. This might be, what is this, 50 mil? The next one I have, or the next two I have, these would be mood boost fragrances. These are like kicking winter out of your system and having like a happy, fresh fragrance. So the first one I have is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is a, like an apple, lemon, sort of aquatic smelling fragrance. Definitely like a blue smelling fragrance. It has bamboo and jasmine and white rose. It came out in 2001, and the perfumer is Olivier Crest. It smells like a vacation. It smells like simple days. It's happy. This is definitely a happy fragrance. There's nothing melancholy or anything about light blue. It's just a pretty, lemony, fruity blue fragrance. And I love it. And this one's taken quite a hit because my husband actually keeps wearing it. But a very pretty fragrance. Very spring-like, very happy. And the next one I have to show you is one that was very, very inexpensive, but has kind of gone up in price. Now it's around $20. This is Tabu Rose by Dana. This is a rose, lychee, amber, cedar fragrance. It's actually pretty similar to Kyoto Flower by Avon. Ooh, this is better though. Yeah, this is even better. This is really good. This one, I don't know why I didn't hear about it more, especially when it was at like $6 price point. I think right now you can get a 1 ounce for like $20. It's super like a soapy rose and lychee. It reminds me of like a rose dish soap, like a really high-end dish soap, if there is such a thing, like a more expensive kind of dish soap. Like you're not buying the Dollar Tree, you know, orange dish soap. You maybe got the Miss Myers rose dish soap, but it smells like a clean house. It smells like a very fresh, clean house in the spring, like spring cleaning. It's a mood lifter. It just smells positive. I love the rose lychee combo, even though we've smelled that so many times now. This is just a really good one, and I feel like it's very long lasting. I have read reviews that say that they disagree. The next spring type of fragrance I want to show would be representing spring love. So even if you're not participating in like some kind of spring romance, there's still always love in the air in spring if you're anywhere around nature. We're already hearing like the cardinals singing and woodpeckers. You can hear them like building their new nest in the woods by our house. So love is in the air. And Bal A Versailles is like a musky, animalic, definitely human cuddling, romantic scent, I think. It's great for spring because it smells like a transitional scent. It smells like you're going from the cold winter months into like more lemony, floral. There's plants, there's rosemary. You're starting a garden. You're falling in love. Lots of rose. This has been around since 1962. You can still get a bottle of it for, I think, around $50. Just a beautiful, civety, musky, let's get it on kind of scent. I love it. Every time I bring it out to sniff it, I feel like I'm sniffing it more than wearing it because I only wear it mostly in the fall, but I'll wear it in the spring too. I don't pick it up a lot in the winter for some reason, but it's so pretty. And it's a lot like Ciara. Ciara is a little bit sweeter, I would say, where this smells a little bit drier, at least in the opening. Another musky scent that smells like spring love to me is SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker, Lovely. This is from 2005, and it's like a quiet, less aggressive musk. It's more subtle. It was created by Clement Gavry and Laurent Lagernac, who's one of my favorites. It's got lavender, martini, bergamot, mandarin orange, rosewood, patchouli, orchid, narcissus, musk, and woodsy notes, cedar, and white amber. It smells like a picnic date or a walk in the park. It's like a lot more casual. It's definitely the beginning of a spring romance. It's not the hot and heavy part of a romance. It's really pretty, and it's still incredibly inexpensive. I want to say under $20 for a full bottle. Smells similar to Narciso Rodriguez, any of their musks. It's kind of a similar musk. Skin musk, a woody musk. Really good lavender scent too, without being at all barbershoppy. It's like the softest lavender notes. I also really like fresh fragrances in the spring. This is Coriandre. Unfortunately, this has become really expensive. It was only $17 when I bought it a few years ago, and now it's some people are asking like for $100 for it. So I don't know where you can get it. If you see it secondhand or something, I would pick it up. Another thing that's very similar to it that I've smelled is Eau Capitale by Diptyque. Also not inexpensive, but very similar. Like if you can't find this or you don't want to buy like an old bottle. This is from 1973, and it was created by Jacqueline Courtier, who was the Jean Courtier, that's the company. It was his wife. It was also created by Jean-Louis Suzak and Gerard Pelpel? I don't know. But it's kind of interesting that the perfumer was the owner's wife. I don't know. I just think it's kind of interesting. And this has coriander, obviously, aldehydes, angelica, bergamot, orange blossom, rose, geranium, violet root, lang lang, iris, lily, and jasmine. There's also oak moss, vetiver, patchouli, civet, musk, and sandalwood. This is a classic Chypre. Very green. It smells like earthy renewal. It smells like honey and green herbs. It's perfect for days spent outdoors. And I found a quote from the marketing when it first came out, and it says, Coriandre, the perfume that makes you question the value of civilization. And I thought like that was pretty wild, because even indie perfumes aren't using like, they aren't like that cool in their copy, right? Like when they're saying something is groundbreaking, they won't make you question civilization. I don't know if this fragrance does that to me, but it definitely smells like spring, and it does smell like earthy renewal. Very pretty. If you can find it, it's like just honey and green herbs. That's what it smells like to me. I don't think there's any honey in the notes, so I don't know what I'm getting that smells super sweet. Maybe just orange blossom. And then I also have a sample. I just bought a couple sample packs from Alchemia. I had never tried Alchemia before. I'm sorry, it's so dark. This one's called The First Dandelion. I'm just going to put it right on my hand because it's a little oil dabber. And it's dandelion flowers, green dandelion leaves, and warm dirt. So it's a very green, slightly bitter smell with like petrichor. And I like it. This, of all the samples, I'm not sure how I feel about all the samples yet, but this one is definitely on my list for buying a bigger size. It's got that nice green, floral, and dirt scent that I really like. It kind of smells like freshly washed hair with a green shampoo. I think it's really, really pretty. So The First Dandelion by Alchemia. And the last type of fragrance that I like to think about in spring are the florals. And I wanted to share Charlie Red. I've talked about this before, but I just tried it on this morning again, and I thought, oh, this is so good. So this is a drugstore classic. This came out in 1993. It smells like flowers in bloom. It's got gardenia, peach, orange blossom, plum, violet, black currant, tuberose, carnation, jasmine, lang lang, lily of the valley, orchid, and rose, with honey, musk, sandalwood, amber, and cedar. It's all of the flowers smell fresh. This isn't like a heavy, rotting floral smell. This isn't like floral oils. This is still fresh. This is still very spring-like. I think you could wear this all summer. The tuberose isn't too strong. You know, you don't notice any of the carnation doesn't smell particularly spicy. The musk and sandalwood in the base, you can smell that because it's kind of a nice sandalwoody scent. But this is still probably $10 for a full bottle, and it's a great spring scent. I like all of the Charlies. I haven't smelled the Charlie yet that I didn't like. And the last one I'll show you is a body mist from Bath & Body Works. They have this one right now. This is Fresh Cut Lilacs. Light. Oh boy. Well, you're just gonna have to trust me. It's Fresh Cut Lilacs. This is one of my favorite Bath & Body Works scents. I think Bath & Body Works does a really good job on spring scents. I'm more interested in their spring scents, I think, than the winter scents. There's only so much cashmere and vanilla bean that I want. But this is really, really good because it really does smell like lilacs. This is lilac bouquets, dewy greens, and spring air. It does have like kind of an it's like an air scent, but it also could be an aquatic scent. This could be like aquatic leaning, but it doesn't smell soapy at all. It does smell kind of old school, like a vintage lilac room spray a little bit. It does smell like that a little bit. It really blooms on skin though, and it's about as fresh spring morning as you can get. And the lilac bloom, I look forward to it every year. It's an annual treat. We have a few lilac bushes, and this fragrance, they nailed it. I love the floral spring fragrances that Bath & Body Works comes out with. If you see them come out with like their jasmine scent or the magnolia scent, they're all really, really good. But Fresh Cut Lilacs is great if you like florals. So anyway, I am looking forward to warmer days. I'm sure many of you are too. If you live somewhere like Florida, it's probably already getting nice and warm. I just would like to have like a string of 75-degree days in a row, like a week of it, and then I think I'd be fully out of my winter funk. But thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all of your comments. Please tell me what fragrances you're looking forward to this spring, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye-bye. Subscribe.